Welcome to our podcast. Today, we are exploring feminist thought and the ethics of care. We will discuss its significance, key authors, and how it critiques traditional ethical frameworks. I am Micaela Enero.
Gio Jun Arturiano.
Mark Lojoy is Abapo.
Durante si Domas.
Abe Florentino.
Let's kick things off by understanding why feminist thought is crucial in today's world.
Feminist thought argues for a more relational and contextual approach in morality. Traditional ethical theories often prioritize abstract principles over the complexities of real-life situations. In contrast, the ethics of care emphasizes relationships and empathy, positioning them as essential for moral reasoning.
Right. Carol Gilligan, in her seminal work In Difference Voice, critiques traditional moral development theories and highlights the importance of understanding different moral perspectives, especially those shaped by gender.
Let's address the questions whether there's a gender difference in morality. Feminist ethics suggests that men and women may approach moral dilemmas differently, influenced by their socialization and experience.
Exactly. Traditional views have often portrayed masculine morality as more focused on justice and autonomy, while feminine morality is characterized by care and relationship. These different representations can limit our understanding of moral reasoning as it tends to oversimplify complex human experiences.
So now, let us delve deeper into the source of feminine morality. There are three main explanations for differences in masculine and feminine moral perspectives.
Now, the first explanation comes from a psychosexual development theories, particularly Freudian views. Freud suggests that males and females, they develop different concepts of the self based on their relationships with their parents. For female, it is often cultivated as a sense of connection, while for males, they develop it as a sense of independence.
The second explanation is biological. Caroline Whitbeck points out the woman's reproductive experiences, such as pregnancy and childbirth, fosters feelings of dependency, enabling women to empathize with helplessness of.
Lastly, there's a social and cultural explanation. Many argue that girls are socialized to exhibit nurturing behaviors due to the cultural expectation, reinforcing caregiving roles of women and shaping their moral perspective. Sarah Rudick highlights that maternal practice leads to maternal thinking, a form of moral reasoning grounded in relationship.
Now, let's evaluate these gender-specific approaches in morality. What implications do they hold for our understanding of ethical behavior?
One significant question is whether this gender moral perspective reflect actual differences in moral reasoning or if they are largely social contrasts. It's essential to recognize that not all women or men conform to these stereotypes.
Exactly. This evaluation raises concerns about reinforcing stereotypes. If we view women as inherently more caring, it might limit their opportunities in areas requiring impartiality and authority, undermining their contributions. In conclusion, while feminist thought and the ethics of care provide valuable insights into morality, they are not without their critics. Some feminist writers question whether an ethics of care based on relations between unequals reinforces self-sacrifice and gendered expectation.
Moreover, the hard distinctions drawn between male and female moral reasoning can obscure the complexities of individual experiences. We must strive for a nuanced understanding of morality that encompasses diverse perspectives.
Ultimately, integrating feminist thought and the ethics of care into our ethical discussion enriches our understanding of morality, urging us to consider the complexities of human relationships and experiences.
Thank you all for this enlightening discussion. Today, we have explored how feminist thought and the ethics of care provide vital insights that challenge traditional moral frameworks. By emphasizing relationships and contextual understanding, they enrich our ethical conversation.
Ethics provides a complementary perspective that emphasizes love and compassion. As we consider the complexities of morality, it's crucial to recognize the diverse perspectives and experiences that shape our understanding.
We appreciate you tuning in.
And we hope these discussions inspires further reflections on these important topics.
Until next time!
Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into a unique intersection between feminist thought and Christian ethics, all through the lens of a well-known story in the parable of the Good Samaritan. In the Gospel of Luke, chapter 10, verses 30 to 37, Jesus tells a story to explain what it means to love your neighbor as yourself. He describes a man who's been robbed, beaten, and left by the roadside. First, a priest, and then a Levite passed by without helping. But then, a Samaritan, a member of a marginalized group, comes along. Despite cultural divisions, he stops, cares for the man, and even provides for his recovery, saying in verse 35, "Take care of him, and whatever more you spend, when I come again, I will repay you. This story perfectly illustrates something both feminist ethics and Christian teachings value deeply: compassion that transcends social divisions. In feminist thought, particularly the ethics of care, there's a strong focus on relationship and responding to others' needs rather than adhering to strict rules. Feminist ethics encourage us to respond with empathy to each person's unique situation. In this parable, the Samaritan's compassion is not or isn't driven by a rule. It's personal response to suffering from a Christian perspective. This is exactly the kind of love Jesus teaches: to love your neighbor as yourself. The Samaritan is an example of this principle, showing care when others turn away. This aligns well with feminist ethics, which argues our ethical duties are deeply rooted in our connection with others. The parable also changes social boundaries and hierarchies. The Samaritan, a marginalized figure, becomes the example of moral action, not the priest or the Levite. Feminist thought encourages us to question these social boundaries, just as Jesus does here, where care and compassion take precedence over social status or labels. Another key aspect of feminist ethics highlighted here as sustained care. The Samaritan doesn't just offer help in the moment, he ensures the man is cared for beyond that. In verse 35, he leaves money for further care, saying he'll repay an extra cost upon his return. The ethics of care particularly values this ongoing commitment to others, which we see emphasized here in the Samaritan's actions. So, what can we take away? The Good Samaritan is a powerful example of what it means to practice relational, inclusive compassion. Whether viewed from a feminist or Christian perspective, it's a call to break down barriers and respond to others with empathy and sustained care. This parable teaches that real compassion is rooted in action and genuine concern for others' well-being. So, thank you for joining me today as we explore this beautiful intersection between feminist and Christian ethics. Remember, the story of the Good Samaritan isn't just a religious lesson or a moral example. It's a reminder that real compassion and care define who we are. So, thank you once again. May God bless you.